he was China's first world champion, the future of table tennis for China. But then suddenly, he disappeared. Born on August 10, 1937, Rong Guotuan was the first player to win any major singles title in Chinese history. Born from Chinese immigrant parents in British Hong Kong, Rong's childhood was like any other. In the era where Hungary, Austria, and England were powerhouses of this small sport, he began to play and fall in love with table tennis. Rong would end up playing junior competitions in Hong Kong up until he was 19, where he ended up winning the Hong Kong men's singles title. He thought this must have been his big break in the sport. He would finally represent his country in his first international tournament. Yet, in the summer of 1957, the team list representing Hong Kong at the Asian National Championships were released. His name was nowhere to be seen. Furious, knowing it had to be due to his Chinese background, Rong Guotuan decided to take a leap for his career and move to China. Sent to a medical institute in Guangzhou, he declared he would become world champion within 3 years. I mean, that was crazy. A 19-year-old who had never played internationally saying he would win the most prestigious title within such a short amount of time, it was insanity. However, slowly, Rong began to prove Hong Kong's selection was a mistake, winning the Chinese national championship just a year later in 1958. This win had monumentally set his place in China's eyes, later being selected for the national team and to represent them at the World Championships the following year in Dortmund. As he set foot in Germany alongside the Chinese national team, he saw a hall full of the world's best players surrounding him. He knew this was his time to prove everyone wrong, everyone who had called him insane. Eventually, he beat both European champion Zoltan Bercic and former world champion Ferenc Sido to claim the first world championship title for China, making him the first world champion for China in any sport in history. After returning home to China, Rong was now China's hero. His victory marked the start of the Chinese table tennis dynasty, showing to citizens that table tennis was really China's national sport. To celebrate Rong's win, Double Happiness, or otherwise known as DHS, was then created. He then claimed another gold in the men's team event at the next World Championship in Beijing 1961. It could not have gotten any better for Rong, living a happy life with a wife and daughter, pursuing what he loves every day as the Chinese national women's team coach. However, in 1966, a political movement in China, created by the CCP, called the Cultural Revolution began. This revolution was supposed to hold China's image and control to the absolute highest, by removing any possible source of a spy or defector. As due to being part of the Chinese national team as a professional sportsman and a British Hong Kong-born civilian, it deemed Rong as a person not in agreement with the current terms of China's social ideals. This regarded him as a spy to national Chinese authorities and left Rong placed under house arrest, making him unable to play and coach the game he once loved. He would often be tortured and humiliated publicly just to punish him for not being born in China, attempting to get proof that he is a spy and deserves what he is suffering through. Then, throughout the months of April and May of 1968, a vanishing of Chinese national team members, specifically of British Hong Kong-born members, began to emerge. And then, sadly, on the 20th of June 1968, Rong Guotuan was found lifeless, hanging from a tree. Rong's last words were written as, "I am not a spy, please do not suspect me. I have let you down. I treasure my reputation more than my life." Chinese today commemorate Rong Guotuan as the sole reason behind China's dominance in table tennis today, and the further push towards more high-level sport within the country. Even Ma Long stated that his victory was a national sensation and greatly lifted the national spirit, and that "my heart was surging, and it inspired me to fight for victory without fear of strong players." And finally, a bronze statue of him was put up in the old town that his parents once lived in, Zhuhai. A statue to remember Rong Guotuan, China's tortured hero.